Welcome to this new edition of Federunacoma TV news broadcast, totally dedicated to a picture of the market trend and the Federation's activities, illustrated by President Massimo Goldoni.
In this new part of 2015, we continue the tendency we had in 2014 with the market of tractors, harvesters, and operators machinery that will have in this new year a continue of the decline of the value of the market, and we reach with this negative part of the market a new record in decreasing of the market. We have from 2009 and 2015 a minus 33% of the market we had before. This is the result, this is the consequence of a lack of decision, a lack of structured measure that we ask and we decline from 2008 to the government, to the minister, to everybody is in the condition to have a new look, a new position in agricultural and environmental arguments, but we have in this moment a sort of standby for everything. This will have in 2015 market of tractors, that is the first one to see how the market is moving, about of 18,000 machinery in this year. Is really something that is not the correct, is not the real market to have a profitable, modern and a technologically agricultural for environment and for operators. The only one, the sector that is in a different mood, a different tendency in this moment is the sector of agricultural machinery for specialized purpose. I mean vineyard, orchard, and all the kind of production where the dimension, where the very characteristic type of machinery have the environment to work in a modern, technological, safe way and to obtain a very high level quality of vine, of fruit and vegetables in very different kind of countries, because Italy is very particular. We have many areas where, like Franciacorta, Valdobbiadene, Chianti, we have very typical kind of grapes, and we have our production of wine, winery, fruit, and so on. But also we have France, we have Spain, we have the northern part of Africa, where they are developing a sort of new way of agriculture, where is very important the level of technology of the machinery we use to produce this kind of production of product. Also a new area where we can have a perception of the development of this kind of production is that in this very day China has a new record of vineyard hectares in production. They have a surplus respect of France, respect of Spain, respect of Italy. So I think that this is the way where we have to look to have a new kind of agriculture and new kind of technology to apply in agriculture. Our presence in Expo 2015 is really a claim, a topic of our way of think of the production of agricultural machinery, because we think that we are a ring of a chain, a very large chain where the end is the product, is the fruit, is the vegetable that we can buy at the supermarket. But there is a very deep, a very important work all behind, and what we are convinced is that in our way of think about agricultural machinery, we have to improve all the quality of the product, of the work, and also for the environment, for the pollution, for all kind of problems that can involve operators and people looking around at the production of agricultural products. One of the topics that is very important for us, for the Federation, in this real moment is about the narrow tractor. The narrow tractor and their engine that will have in the next future a sort of way, very, very tough, very, very strictly in the way of automotive, so cars, trucks, and so on. This is, in our vision, a sort of nonsense, because there we talk about millions of products on the road and on the market. We talk about thousands of vehicles that work in the field, in agricultural environment. So now we are facing another problem upper, that is the narrow tractor will have the same step by step of the other tractors. But in this way, their typical characteristic will be a sort of impossible to do, because we have very dimensionally strict and very narrow, very low level of the center, because we have to work in very narrow cultivation, like vineyard, orchard, production of vegetables and so on, and often in decline, in mountain, in sort of very narrow and difficult space. So in this way we risk to cancel this kind of machinery, because to put on the engine the different part of the engine that will apply to the next steps of the regulation will have a larger and a longer tractor that will not be able to work into the vineyard, into the orchard. What we have in our convincement that we need to have more time, because we are really talking about 20,000 tractors, specialized tractors, a year in Europe. So I think this is not the problem about the pollution, about the environment. We think that could be better to work on the millions of old tractors that will have no safety, no environment impact, and they will have also no productivity and no profitability for the workers and for the operators. So we are only asking to think about this. We are talking to the Commission in Europe. We are demonstrating to them that it's not possible to work with these tractors in a different mood, and we are step by step trying to make understand this kind of problem that is not on the paper, is a real problem, and we need specialized tractor in that kind of production and version. Next January, in January 2016, will take place in Turkey a very important new step of AgriEvolution. AgriEvolution was an idea, a sort of new deal that FederUnacoma started to think in 2007, and we had the first edition of AgriEvolution in Rome in 2008. This was a very important start because we had the opportunity to exchange point of view, to have a sort of map of all the world, all the producers of agricultural machinery, and to understand how was the market, how was moving all the world, and what would be the future of our sector and all the sectors in chain with agricultural machinery. Next step, I was saying, is in Turkey. Is, I think, a very important moment because that market is increasing very, very quickly, very rapid in a new sort of production. Many producers has already a farm and production situation in Turkey, and we think that would be a real important player of the next decade. This is also a sort of evidence that the axe of producers, of agricultural machinery producers, is moving towards east, is moving towards Turkey, towards India, towards China, and so on. And they now has a sort of competitiveness that we will not have in the real future now. But we are thinking and trying to understand how to compete in all these countries with our production. I think investing in technology, investing in innovation, and trying to have a sort of gap that we will spend on the market.
Okay,